When a river flows down and hits standing water, a delta is going to form as the river drops its load. Some examples of deltas would be like the Mississippi Delta in the United States. There are deltas in Africa. There's a big delta in Russia. So the delta is going to be kind of shaped like an alluvial fan. Going to have the top of it, and then the sediments come away from the stream channel. The delta also is going to be interacting with the ocean. So there can be barrier islands that form in the front of the delta because of the wave action of moving those sediments. Here is an image that shows something I mentioned earlier, the natural levee. As the river leaves the channel, sediments are going to pile up during a flooding event, and over time they'll build up to form a levee. Okay. This is the Mississippi Delta. Move my face. New Orleans is here, and the Mississippi River comes down from Baton Rouge, takes a left turn, and then goes out to the ocean. So E represents this lobe that is the current active delta. A, B, C, D, and E are old deltas from the past. So the Mississippi River has moved back and forth across that whole area. Right now, the Mississippi River wants to join with the Atchafalaya River, but the Army Corps of Engineers keeps it in place. Those abandoned lobes are going to sink over time because of compaction of the sediments and decaying of vegetation. So there's subsidence within the old deltas. That has happened in the New Orleans area. The deltas are sinking because they're not active. They are subsiding. Also, the levee systems along the Mississippi take the sediment that normally the man-made levees project the sediment out to sea. They move the sediment along instead of allowing those deltas to flood and replenishing that sediment. So New Orleans is, and that whole area is subsiding. Another really neat thing that happens is a stream that forms. So here's time one. So the stream has formed in a meandering pattern over these sediments, and the landscape uplifted. When it uplifted, those meanders dug down into the sediments. These are sediments of the Colorado Plateau in southern Utah. This is the San Juan River, and these are called the goosenecks of the San Juan. Right, so it kind of looks like the neck of a goose. This is the goosenecks of the San Juan State Park here to the south. I've camped there probably a total of 6 different nights in my life, and I've rafted for weeks at a time this river. Anyway, it's neat that that was in our chapter of our book. Goosenecks of the San Juan. So normally the river wouldn't meander through that bedrock, but it did meander a long time ago, and now it's cut down into the bedrock. So it's not really meandering anymore, even though it looks like a meandering river.